Alright guys, so I wanted to make this video yesterday, but I didn't want to make it when I was really caught up in my emotions and in my feelings and stuff like that, because sometimes we act rash, you know, when that happens. So I wanted to wait till the next morning, and I woke up bright and early today, and I came out, and I really feel like I need to get this video recorded and out because man, I watched the video yesterday, and it's like, as a lot of you guys know, another school shooting happened in Florida, and a lot of kids were injured, and some kids died, you know, like 20 plus kids were injured. I don't know how many died, but that has happened a lot. That's like they said like the 13th or like the 19th school shooting in like a year, and that's not acceptable, man. That's not all right with me, you know. And we see these things happen, and yeah, we feel it in our hearts and stuff, and we understand like how real it is and how much it sucks. But a video surfaced on Facebook that really impacted me in a crazy way, and since then it's been deleted off my timeline and off Facebook in general. But it was a video of a kid that was in the school while the shooting was happening, and he had a Snapchat video of it happening, and it said, the caption of it was, "Our school is being shot up." And in the video, it's only a few seconds long, but in the video, you just hear this gunman shooting. and you see like, you see dust in the air, and you literally see a bullet fly through the room in the video. And at the end, you see a laptop with bullet holes in it. But what really broke my heart, man, was hearing the screams of these kids. Hearing the screams of these innocent kids, man, who just woke up and thought that they were going to school. Hearing the screams of these kids being feared so deeply, fearing their lives in a way of like, man, we could die today. Like, my friends are being shot at. My friends are being killed right now, possibly. And that fear and those cries out for like, just, man, it stuck with me, man. Because like, we see them on the news, we see these things on the news, but very rarely do we actually like get to see an inside perspective while it's happening and hear the screams of these kids fearing for their lives. And it was just such a real thing. And you know, when things like this happen, it causes people to question, like, is God real? And if God exists, why does he allow things like this to happen, you know? And things like this sometimes cause people to turn away from God, because like I just said, if God's real, why would he let that happen? Why would he let these kids get injured? And why would he let that school shooter go into the school and do these things? And why wouldn't he touch the kid, you know, that was the shooter, and help him so he never had to feel like he had to do something like that? And that's fair, man. That's fair questions. But we gotta understand that, like, in times like this are when we need God the most. In times like this are when we need to teach kids that God doesn't come to kill, steal, and destroy. God doesn't come to hurt people and to kill people and to give people sicknesses and disease. God comes to give people life in a new way. The world is the devil's playground. The world is a place where the devil has dominion. You know, and you wonder why the world's so wicked now, and it's so like lost, and the music is so terrible, and the movies are all perverted and have to be about sex and stuff. And it's like, we live in a fallen world. We live in a world where we have free will to choose whether we want to follow God or whether we want to follow the way of the world. And that's the devil, man. And the way of the world seems fun, it seems better, it seems easy, it seems like that's the way, I know, that's the thing, you know, it's cool, it's hip, you know, because that's the way everyone around us is going, and we want to follow the crowd. But Jesus calls us to not follow the crowd. He calls us to be separated from the world, set apart from the world. And you know, and it's crazy because these kids are going to be scarred for life, man. They're going to be scarred with life of seeing, or with the idea of a shooter coming in and shooting their friends and hurting the people that they love the most, and taking their innocence from them in such a wicked way, you know? And what kills me the most is, like, within these last few years, there's been such a huge fight and a huge battle to take God out of schools and take God out of public things and out of the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance and the home and hospitals and everything like that. Everything where God is needed the most, there's been a battle to take God out of it, you know? And that's heartbreaking because we're in a time right now where literally we need God so badly, man. We need God so much. And kids don't understand, and kids don't know who God is because we take them out, because we have to be politically correct. We have to pander to everybody's opinions and everybody's ideas, and that's not truth. That's not the way it's meant to be, man. There can't be 7 billion people on this planet with 7 billion different ways and ideas of what truth is. That's what causes war. You know, Christians and God does not cause war. What causes war is 7 billion different people feeling like 7 billion different truths can be in the same place, you know, and there actually be peace, you know. And the world needs God right now. These kids need God right now. The people, no matter where you're at in the world, you know, God is that missing piece. You know, there's a lyric in one of my favorite songs, and it says, the world is a big puzzle and God is the missing piece. And it's like, that couldn't be any more true, because like, man, we're gonna send these kids off to get like mental help and therapists and stuff like that, but like the chances are very few of these therapists and very few of these helping hands are gonna lead these kids to God, into some real truth, you know. We're just gonna try to make them feel better temporarily, which is all right, you know, which is cool, but we're not ever gonna like fight to fill that permanent void, you know. And with everything that's just happening in the world, man, I just wanted to say, like, this is a time where we need God the most. This is the time where we need to look at our friends and our family and get rid of that selfish thing that we have in us of wanting to be the coolest, or wanting to, like, I don't even know what it is, but we need to get over that selfish thing, and talk to our parents, our moms and our dads and our brothers and our sisters and our children about God more than ever before. Because literally, as sad as it seems and as terrible as it is to say, that could be any of our kids, man. I don't have any kids, but I mean, like, that could be any of your kids. That could be any of our parents and stuff that something like this would happen to. And not even this, that, like, any of our kids could get killed in a car crash. Our parents could get killed in a car crash, you know. And we are the only people, if we claim to know God, we are the only people in their lives that really had a chance to touch them and make sure that they knew their identity and to know who they were, so we can be like sure, so we can be positive that, you know, whether they died or not, they knew who God was, and they're in a better place, you know. And I want to end this video saying this, man. There's such a big misconception in the world that, like, nobody can know the truth. There's no way anybody can know the truth and what's totally true in the world, and that's just not true. That's just not the truth, man. God says otherwise. God says it's our jobs to know the truth. It's our jobs to know who we are and who we are as, like, sons of God, and our identity in the world, so we don't walk around like the rest of the world, lost and confused, being swayed each and every way with every little form of, like, doctrine and everything else, you know, that comes and tries to tempt us each way, you know. But that our roots can be planted and not uprooted so easily, man, and not so easily swayed. And that's what if I could end this video, man, with anything, it's that, like, I ask you guys, I pray you guys literally search for the truth, man, and literally take the time to know the truth, because you could be popular in this world, but in the end, it's gonna mean nothing. you can try to look good in the eyes of your friends, but in the end, that's gonna be nothing. If you really want to look good in the eyes of, like, somebody or something, let it be in God's eyes, man. Let it be known that when you left this earth, you were the one that had the bravery, and you were the one that was bold enough to stand out against popular opinion and led your friends to something truthful, man. You know, be bold, be courageous. Don't fear the opinions of others, man. Just go out and be you. Seriously, people need it, man. They do, so bad. But alright, I'm gonna go try to get this edited real quick and uploaded for you guys. And yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being a part of such a positive YouTube community, you know, and there's so many other crazy channels out there, man. Thank you guys for choosing to be a part of this one and sticking with me, you know. Even though I don't always give out the most popular opinions, like, there's a root, there's a foundation of us that understand, man, and we just gotta keep spreading this everywhere. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. Seriously, thank you.